Hi guys, I just thought I should maybe do a quick video on a lot of people sometimes come to a photography forum and they'll say, I've got $200, what's the best camera I can get to get started in some really good quality photography? And it just occurred to me that this camera is probably about 5 years old now. You can probably get one for $200, but it's outstanding, so bear with me and I'm going to show off my baby to you. And tell you why I don't really feel any rush to upgrade. That boombox out of the background. So this is the Pentax K100D. Zoom in a little bit. It's looking a little distorted. K100D, and this was their entry-level DSLR about 5 years ago. Take off. First of all, it comes with a real spring-loaded lens cap, not those cheapy things that they're giving these days. I guess as long as I'm there, I might as well start at the lens. One of the things that sold me on this compared to the Canon and the Nikon at the time, kit lens had a stainless steel lens mount, and the elements were all glass. It was the only one that was being sold in those days that had those features. And I think even Pentax now has gone to plastic lens mounts for their kit lenses. Body itself also has stainless steel lens mount, so that's nice. The zoom action was also the smoothest of any of the cameras that I tried. The entry-level 2 Nikons, the entry-level 2 Canons, none of them match this. Minolta I was thinking about, but they've since been bought out by Sony. Another feature that really set this one apart for the price range is that it has a top deck LCD. So you don't always have to have this energy hog of the rear LCD on just to see basic settings. You can just look at your top, old school efficient one. Going through the controls here, we have the power here. Flip that on. And then this is kind of a neat feature that I think is unique to Pentax. But this other setting here next to on can either be programmed so that it's a mechanical depth of field preview. It actually stops the lens down, or it can take a picture without recording it so that you can review it on the back LCD. You can hear it stopping the lens down. It's got a diopter adjustment for the viewfinder. Also on the top we have the pop-up flash. There's a button here on the back for that. Just push that and it pops up. If you're in the dummy automatic modes, any of them with the green ring, that pops up automatically. If you're in the regular program mode or whatever, you have to pop it up by pushing that button. So I kind of like that too. Of course, it's got a hot shoe. I managed not to lose the cover for that. That's kind of a minor miracle. And then the last thing on the top here is this AV button. If you're in any of the automatic modes, well, any of them that aren't on the dummy side, like program, aperture priority, or shutter priority, when you push that and then combine that with the dial back here, that'll change your exposure compensation. And if you're in manual, then this front dial here, or back dial here, controls the shutter speed, and then if you want to change the aperture, you push that down and turn it, and that controls the aperture. So, alright, so I just messed up the exposure compensation. On the back, we've got the auto exposure lock, the multi-mode dial, and you can see the blue coating here means that when you're in review mode, it zooms in and out of your pictures. And then this is another great feature that this camera had at the time and no one else had it. I think Olympus has this now too, but Canon and Nikon don't. This is the anti-shake, and you'll notice it's built into the body itself and not the lens. So what that means is that you don't have to buy that same feature over and over with each lens that you get that you wanted. Now I recall reading about it years back that it doesn't work quite as well as the optical ones that are built into the lenses. It's only good for about 2 stops, whereas the optical ones are good for 3 stops. But I really like that this was built into the camera body and not the lens. Here we have the function menu button, so when you push that, it takes you into the menu with the most commonly needed adjustments. So flash mode, white balance, ISO, and frame shooting mode. hit it again, we get out. And then over here we hit that one if we want to go into the hardcore menu. Okay, while we're at it, then we got the hardcore menu here, trash button for when you're reviewing your pictures, info if you want to get more info on your pictures when you're reviewing them, and then playback, which takes you into your review mode. And then over here we've got the main function dial. I kind of like how they put that over off to the left side of the camera as I'm holding it. So there's just enough room there for a dial, so they put it there, and that freed up room for a top deck LCD here, and still had room for the shutter release and the power switch there. And I also kind of like that the mode dial is this thumb one on the back, because you can still have your finger over the shutter release and change that in the back. You don't have to take your finger off and then turn that, or you don't have to shift your grip to use another finger to turn them, the ones that they have on the front. The camera is 6 megapixels, that's enough for sharp 8x12s or 11 to 16s. I printed some 8x12s, they look fantastic. I don't ever really need to shoot anything bigger than that or print anything bigger than that, so I'm not sure, but theoretically 11 by 16 should also be fine with that. Okay, over on the side, it's got a real hinge door for the memory card. Turn it off first. And it uses just regular SD memory. It's got a cheapy little Transcend memory card. And then on the other side, we've got the rest of the stuff also behind a real hinge door. So we've got DCN if you want to run, if you want to shoot from a tripod and have a power supply. You don't need to mess with batteries. Micro USB and a wired remote. And this is another spring-loaded, the real door. Very nice. Over on the side, auto or manual focus. And the last feature on this that I think is really killer is the battery, or batteries. And I always considered a budget feature, but I also considered an advantage. But instead of having a lithium battery pack, it takes AA's. The advantage of it is, of course, no matter where you are, you can find AA's. Otherwise, you have to bring spare lithium packs, and they're not cheap. So I shoot with Sanyo and a loop. Very good, slow shelf discharge characteristics. They'll keep their charge for months and months on the shelf, and they also give a good lifespan on the camera. And then, of course, my spare batteries, I carry a set of lithium AA's. So you can shoot lithium if you want. You just can't... actually, I shouldn't say. I was about to say you can't shoot lithium ion, but I think Pentax made a lithium ion pack that'll fit in there. So I have lithium AA's as a backup and nickel metal hydride for the main. And that's nice also because my my accessory flash, my bounce flash, is also takes those batteries. So I just stock up on AA's and I'm good to go. Anyway, Pentax K100D, if you're looking for a budget but super high quality digital SLR, this is about a 5-year-old model. Still works with the same Pentax lenses, and it'll also work with the old Pentax manual focus lenses. So one that I bought was the old 50mm f2, turns into about an 85 or 75mm portrait telephoto lens on this camera, and I got it on eBay for like 50 bucks. Top quality optics. So something to think about if you want a top quality camera. You don't necessarily need the latest and greatest thing. For instance, it has no video, but that's not really what SLRs were about. Thanks for watching.